Today what we're going to do is my version of spaghetti bolognese. The sauce bolognese was first created in Imola in Italy, and this is my version of that recipe. So let's go through the ingredients. What we have here is celery, chopped carrot, chopped onion, a glass of milk, a glass of red wine, extra virgin olive oil, spaghetti, diced pancetta, 500 grams of minced belly of pork, 500 grams of beef, some little chili red devils, some bay leaf, salt and pepper, and tomato passata. What we're going to do now, move over to the stove, and I'm going to show you how it's done. So what we're going to do first is we're going to be unmerciful with some extra virgin olive oil. And we're going to add the diced pancetta. Put in 2 leaves of bay leaf. I'm just going to tear them so it releases the flavour. And we're going to give this a little stir and cook it off a little bit. Smell those pancetta, the flavour, not the flavour, the smell of that pancetta hitting you right between the eyes. Absolutely lovely. Now we're going to add the chopped onion. And we'll add the diced carrot. There you go. Now we'll work that in. And this lovely continental celery. You can use the white stuff that you get in the supermarkets. Try and get some of the organic stuff. The money that you pay extra for it will pay off when you put it in the sauce. It's got a lovely flavour. Those lovely colours, look. Beautiful. Now we're going to add 1 or 2 of these red devils. Not too many because they are very hot. You don't add chilli to the traditional bolognese sauce. I just like adding a bit of chilli because I think it just livens up the dish a little bit. Now the ground pork. This is belly of pork. I always use belly of pork because it carries a bit of fat and adds that little bit of more flavour to the sauce. And now the minced beef. That in. Try and break it up a bit because otherwise you end up with one great big meatball. Now we need to season this and brown the meat off, and then we'll add our red wine. Salt. Don't put too much in. Just remember, you can always add, but you can never take away. And now, some pepper. And we'll give it a good little stir. And we'll leave that for 5 minutes to get nice and brown. I think we're about there. And now I'm going to add a nice glass of red wine. And just remember what the computer people say, you put garbage red wine in, you're going to get garbage product at the end. So let's go. Rubbish in, rubbish out, that's why we use good wine. I think I'm going to have a drop myself. After all, it'd be rude not to, wouldn't it? Cheers. What we're going to do now, I'm going to let that cook for a little while and let the meat take in the flavours of the red wine. The next step is to add the passata. Now, a lot of people do that differently by using a tomato concentrate and using a beef stock. I just like to use passata, and if I need to, I just add a little bit of water to the sauce. Okay, now let's add this passata. Beautiful. There we go. Now we're going to work that in. This needs to cook for about an hour, hour and a half. And as I said, if it reduces too much, just add a bit of water, or you can add a bit of stock. And hopefully you'll have a sauce to be proud of. Last job, we're going to add the milk. Just leave that under its own steam now and see what happens. Okay, now we've had this simmering away now for an hour and a half, and I think we're ready to add the last little touch to it, the milk. Now this is optional. I like to add it because it's a part of the traditional dish. Now we'll just add the milk, give it a stir and let it cook for another 10-15 minutes, and then we'll start to cook the pasta. So, onto the pasta. What we've got here is a pot of boiling water, and we're going to add some salt. Check. Yep. What we've got here is enough pasta to feed a small army or 10 Italians, because that's what we've got tonight. We've got 10 Italians joining us for dinner. So we're going to drop the pasta in the water. We've not put any oil on there. I'm not going to throw any at the wall. We're just going to cook the pasta. Now, anybody who tells you you have to throw pasta at the wall or do any weird and wonderful tricks, you tell them that in Italy and you'll be laughed out the village. Trust me, I know, I suggested it. So we'll give it a stir, stop it sticking together or the bottom of the pan, and we'll let it cook for about 8 or 9 minutes. So now we've cooked the pasta and we've mixed in the sauce, and now we're going to do the final test. We're going to try it out on the experts. There you go. What do you think of that?
Thank you very much.
Quindi
soltanto metto il mese in una
yeah, okay.
There, yeah.
Tagli prima acqua, vai.
Very nice.
Nice?
Yeah.
soltanto voi
Too much chili.
Ok. Salute e buon appetito. Salute, buona salute.
These guys that shop, these guys, I think.
Salute.
Buon appetito.
Buon appetito.